Segment 3, Making Time Work for You. Everyone wants to be successful, but few professionals have a systematic plan for achievement. Today's fast-paced, chaotic office activity is seldom translated into lasting accomplishment. You and your colleagues require a framework to guide you to success. A top 10 list is the ideal framework. Creating a top 10 list. Every enterprise has a slightly different view of success. Still, the achievement of both tangible objectives and intangible personal or team improvement is the universally accepted standard of accomplishment. By creating a top 10 list, you and your colleagues can accept the challenge of the future on your terms and thereby manage your own success. Use the top 10 list at the end of this segment to identify the objectives you want to achieve over the next calendar year. Alternatively, you can use any time frame you like, so long as the time frame is clearly defined. A stated time frame helps make your list manageable. Your top 10 list becomes a powerful series of guideposts, a clear, precise blueprint for what you and your colleagues will achieve. A top 10 list helps you focus on objectives that are truly important to you. There is magic in having just 10 items on your list. 10 is just the right number to accomplish in a year's time. Adding more objectives than you can realistically pursue invites unnecessary distractions, while fewer objectives limit your potential for success. More than anything else, a top 10 list encourages purposeful dedication of time. Because you know precisely what your objectives are, you can begin working to achieve them right away. Creating your top 10 list is a vital step toward mastery of time. An ancient proverb tells us, "You may only eat an elephant one bite at a time." Large objectives can be broken down into 4 or 5 separate steps. After giving thought to the process of achievement, you may wish to make these stair-step goals separate items on your top 10 list. Developing your time picture. At the end of this segment is a time picture, a tool for scheduling time for achievement. A time picture also helps you assess the real effect of those have-a-minute encounters, the endless queries from members of your team, and the pile of distractions sitting on your desk. A time picture based on your top 10 list makes one thing evident. Your choices about how you spend time are now critically important. Controlling your personal time is another crucial step toward achievement of the items on your list. Supportive friends and family will help you make productive use of hours and minutes. Unsupportive associates, or those who lack your enthusiasm for achievement, will aid you in wasting time. Be aware of the impact that friends and relatives can have on your time picture. Spending a Sunday afternoon watching football on television or sharing a meal at a restaurant is a great way to relax. However, spending the entire weekend partying when you should be focusing on other priorities is something else again. By becoming a careful steward of time, you develop the ability to move away from distractions. When you are drawn away from your time picture, you can reorient yourself by focusing on your objectives and the rewards that achievement offers. The art of compromise. Creating a top 10 list and a time picture demands compromise on your part. The truth is that you cannot have everything you want whenever you want it. Even if you already possess the resources necessary to fulfill all of your objectives, you must still choose those to which you will devote your time. As John F. Kennedy noted, "We are all mortal." Remember, everything you do means there is something else you cannot do. Consequently, every choice you make about how you spend time creates consequences for you. While those consequences may be postponed for a short time, the bill will certainly come due. Suppose you neglect your health and well-being to pursue the development of your business team. You may survive for years on junk food and caffeine, but you will eventually be obliged to turn away from your successful enterprise to address your deteriorating physical condition. If you choose to ignore family and friends while pursuing a business goal, you will have to repair those relationships at some point, or invest time and energy in finding new friends. These illustrations strike at the heart of the need to live a balanced life. Time and achievement choices must be made by you alone, and you alone are accountable for what you choose. As Omar Khayyam wrote, "The moving finger writes, and having writ, moves on. nor all thy piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all thy tears wash out a word of it. Making time work for you. Good time management demands careful planning and tracking. Without a method for tracking your progress, you cannot make time work for you. You will always be working against time, which is a rather unpleasant reality. Monitoring progress is important because continual assessment allows you to dedicate the right amount of time and energy to the achievement of your objective. Progress indicators also help you maintain self-motivation. When you see the finish line drawing closer, you are willing to put forth the time and energy required to complete the task. Methods for tracking progress are limited only by your ingenuity. An objective that must be accomplished in monthly increments, an annual revenue goal, for example, can be tracked using a 12-month calendar. Divide your annual objective into minimum monthly requirements for success, then track the results. Planning for achievement. Just as sound time management requires an investment of thought and effort, so each item on your top 10 list demands careful introspection. No one else can do your thinking for you. There are 2 hard questions only you can answer. The first question is simple. Is this objective important enough for my list? If not, find something that is important. Add that goal to your list. The second question, why hasn't this objective already been achieved? Your answer should be honest. You should not deceive yourself with excuses for your lack of performance. For example, you may have only just decided to pursue the objective, or perhaps you haven't had adequate support or funding. Maybe the opportunity just has not presented itself. What is the real reason? When you know why you haven't already achieved the objectives on your list, you can decide how best to overcome the challenges you face. While time management is a science, belief in yourself and your abilities is a subjective attitude, a habit of thought. You are the only real person who can determine your level of success, and the world will remember what you have achieved, not what you attempted. Armed with belief in yourself and a passion for achievement, the obstacles and circumstances which have held you back are suddenly no longer valid. You will find a way or make one. Remember to read or listen to this segment once a day for at least 5 days. Listening with spaced repetition helps you internalize the ideas presented here. Complete the participant response sheet and application exercises before your next coaching session.